Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री श्री गौरीता की, श्री श्री राधोल भगवान की, श्री 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 जगन्नाथ बल सुभद्रा माया की, गौर किशोर दास गोस्वामी महाराज की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 14. The title of chapter is The System of Universal Management. And of course, verse number 9, so which is about how Krishna is the source of creation, how is the Krishna source of time, and of course, how the Krishna is source of every material energy. So that is emphasizing today. So we'll discuss about that in depth. Before we move on, let's invoke auspiciousness. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Again, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 14, verse 9. Sargam prajesu rupena, Sargam prajesu rupena, Dusyan hayanti swarad vapuha. Dusyan hayanti swarad vapuha. Kala rupena sarvesyam. Kala rupena sarvesyam. Abhavaya prataga gunaha. Abhavaya prataga gunaha. Sargam prajesu rupena. Dasayin hanayati swaradru vapuha. Kala rupena sarvesham. Abhavaya prataga gunaha. Sargam prajesu rupena. Dasun hanyati swaradru vapuha. Kala rupena sarvesham. Abhavaya pratagunaha. Sargam prajesha rupena. Word to word translation. Sargam, creation of progeny. Prajayesha rupena, in the form of the Prajapati Marichi and others. Thus in thieves and drugs. Hanyat, kills. Swarata vapuha, in the form of the king. Kala rupena, in the form of time. Sarvesham, of everything. Abhavaya, for the annihilation. Prathak, different. Gunaha, possessing qualities. So translation. In the form of Prajapati Marichi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead creates progeny. Becoming the king, he kills the thieves and drugs. And in the form of time, he annihilates everything. All the different qualities of material existence should be understood to be the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there is no translation, but we will stick to the same verse. Om Ajnana Trimindasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chaksurulmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapadaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswadevi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavanda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today, there are at least 3 auspicious days. One, of course, Kartik, that we all know. We have been doing last several weeks. The next is also Ekadashi. Not just any Ekadashi that expects us to fast for half day. Then of course, just fasting half day doesn't go waste. So we have disappearing day of Gauroketho Das Goswami Maharaj, which means there will also be a nice feasting after the fasting. Fasting followed by feasting. So kindly observe half day fasting so that you can prepare for nice feasting. Of course, full up to 1 o'clock, lots of celebration in the room in this temple. And you can see today's verse is very powerful. That clearly tells about how the Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, takes different forms for creation. Of course, you can create various living entities. For that we need Manus and Prajapatis. And Krishna tells us who among so many Prajapatis. So there is a special one. And today is the special one Krishna talks about. So the first line, Sargam Prajesha Rupena. Sargam, that is for creation of progeny, offsprings. So Sargam Rupena. Rupena is a form. We say Krishna has Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. So Rupa, form. So to do something, we have to take some form. So form can be a human form, an animal form, a bird form, beast form, or if you have very strong desire to swim in the water all the time, take a form of fish. These are different forms Krishna has created. Why has he created so many forms? Because we have so many desires. And these desires are specifically for enjoying senses. We want to enjoy differently. Everybody wants to enjoy differently. Even though sometimes we are in human form, but we want to enjoy by spending all our time in swimming in the water. Or sometimes we want to enjoy always moving around in the mountain. Correct? Or some people want to enjoy by being in the sky. So that is why space station is created now. So we are not happy by just being on earth. We somehow spend all our money, go to space station and get stuck there because we don't know how to come back. So this is happening. So therefore we have various forms. So in this body, if it is not fulfilled, no problem. In next form, Krishna will give you next form where you can always fly in the air, like eagle for example. Or if you have desire to fly a little bit, then you will be born as a sparrow, which will jump from here to here. Yeah. So these are our form. And now for creation for humans. So here we have got Prajeshu. So Prajeshu Rupena. So that is in the form of Prajapati Marichi. Okay. So Krishna is taking so many forms for our purpose. But given that we have come to this material world, so he is taking various forms to inspire us to go back to spiritual world. So now coming to this Prajapati. So this Prajapatis, as it indicates here, meant for Sargam. Of course, Brahma is also creating. So from Brahma's mind, several sages and demigods have appeared. So this who are responsible for creation. Of course, some Prajapatis are acted as demigods, also devatas. Some have acted as sages. So they are happening in every cycle of creation, maintenance, and destruction. So how many Prajapatis are there, especially? So if you look at Mahabharata, Ramayana, and various scriptures, some of them are saying there are 7 Prajapatis, of course primary ones. Then of course there are again primary ones, some of them are saying 21 Prajapatis. So it can be varying between 7 to 21. So who are the main Prajapatis? So the first one is that is mentioned here, Marichi. Then Angiras, Atri Muni, Pulasya, Kratu, Vasistha, Daksha. Of course, we know Daksha very well as a Prajapati, who is famous for for creating offspring, especially many female bodies, female children who are now become wife of various other demigods, including Lord Shiva. Prajapati Daksha is the one who had a daughter called Sati. She married Lord Shiva. So encouraging them to create more and more progenies. Although Shiva didn't do much, but others have done. Yeah. So Shiva, because Shiva was restricting himself to doing most of the time dhyana. If you are engaged most of the time dhyana, how can you produce children? So that's difficult. So, but anyway, their role is to also to produce progeny more and more. So so not only here in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is saying this. So Sargam Vraja Surupena. But in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says. So in chapter 10 verse 25, so there he says, Marishir Mritum Asmi. I am Marishir Muni among Marutus. So of course he also says others. So he says, Adityam Aham Vishnur. Then among all the Adityas are Vishnu. Which Vishnu? Vamandev. So Adityas are the one who are born to Aditi, Mother Aditi. And among all those Adityas that are born to Mother Aditi, so this among them is the Vishnu, that is in particular, Vamandev. So Vamandev is our presiding deity of this temple. So if you have not seen, please have a darshan on the Radha Krishna altar. On the right side, just next one is Vamandev. So then he also says, Jyoti Ravir Amsuman. So he says, among all the lights, enlightening, illumination, I am sun. Then of course next he says, Marishir Mritum Asmi. So Krishna says he is Marichi among Manu. So therefore this Marichi Muni is very special. So Krishna takes that form. Actually, this in the form of Munis is actually spiritual energy. Krishna has many energies. So among them, one is spiritual energy, that is Antaranga Shakti. Other is Bahiranga Shakti, material energy. So all the living entities are taking shelter of material energy. But whereas some Munis who are appearing, actually they are appearing, Krishna is appearing in that form. So therefore they are spiritual energies. So Marichi Muni is very special. Then of course he is also saying that Nakshatram Aham Shashi. Nakshatram, among all the stars, Krishna is Shashi. Shashi is that moon. Okay? So you see in the night time, thousands and billions of stars. And moon is also a star. Among them, the best star is moon. So that is why everybody is making so much of attempt to go to moon. Chandrayana. Yana is Prayana, that is touring. Then Chandra, going to Chandra, Chandraloka, the planet of Chandra, Shashi. So Krishna is, saying how you can see Krishna in this world. His opulence, His absolute, so how you can see yourself. So when you get up, morning, so we see sun. So Krishna is a sun, is the eye of Krishna. So when eye is open, then only you can see. When Krishna's eye open, so our eyes, when it is open, then we can see. Otherwise, our eye may be open, but Krishna's eye is closed, only darkness. Correct? From darkness to the light, we can only go when Krishna opens eyes. So that is morning. Of course, night time also. Night time can be very dark. Unless there is a light, we can't see anything. Our eyes actually, that is why we say our senses are not perfect. Our senses can work only if there is a Lord's energy. Otherwise, the darkness only. By opening, it has no meaning. So we are just secondary viewer. The primary viewer is Krishna in the form of sunlight, in the form of moonlight. So this Marichi Muni, so if you see a little bit more about understanding, so say he is appeared from the mind of Lord Brahma. So that means those who are empowered by Lord Sri Krishna, they can do many things from different parts of the body. Just like Krishna can accept your offering by just look. He doesn't have to physically take it or physically hold water energy, then drink. But with Krishna, just by look only thirst is quenched. But for us, we have to physically take it and put it to body. And of course, body may not cooperate. If our senses and the mind are not cooperating, we won't be able to drink water also. Correct? We won't be able to eat food. So that is why when people are put into ICU and others, that time they feel energy through the nose. Correct? See, all our faculties senses have to cooperate, and they can only cooperate, when the mind is proper, and all the signals are working properly. So that is actually Krishna's energy also. So it's born from mind. So this Marichi. So obviously, in those ages, they had many wives and children. So this Marichi, so it is good to understand Marichi is a little bit their family, his domestic family or members, so that we can connect better to Krishna. Not only Marichi, but also his sons, how they related. So he had many wives, and of course, one of them is daughter of Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni is also Prajapati, by the way. Dehuti and Kardamuni, in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, so there is a lot of description of Kardamuni and Dehuti and their son. So Kapila Muni also. So Kardamuni is Prajapati, therefore next followers also Prajapatis. But some of them can be having special incarnation of Krishna. So this Kardamuni and Dehuti, they had a daughter called Kala, and they married their daughter to this Marichi Muni. So, from the womb of Devahuti, this Kala, so Marichi had two sons. One of them is Kashyapa. Kashyapa Muni is also well known. And Kashyapa Muni's offsprings are many devatas. So he had Diti, and also Aditi has two primary wives. And from Aditi, so he has generated so many devatas. Of course, from Diti also, so many demons. The famous one is Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. Like that, there were many. But anyway, these two are primary, that is enough for us to remember. We don't need to remember all the possible demons that are there in this world. Okay? So we all know about Kashyapa. So therefore, Marichi Muni is very important. So he is the grandfather of all the devatas and the grandfather of all the demons, primary demons. So apart from that, he also had another wife called Uma. Okay, so this Uma. So Uma gave birth to 6 sons. And these 6 sons actually were cursed by Brahma. Why Brahma cursed these 6 sons? Because in one sense, these are also great grandchildren only. But he cursed. So why? You all know that Brahma once got bewildered. In material world, anybody can get bewildered, from Lord Brahma to the ant. Of course, in between, like us. By what? By Maya Shakti. So when Brahma produced so many creation, male, female, Prajapatis, so many he created. Once he got attracted to his own daughter, running behind. So that time these boys laughed at it. Laughed to give the scene of their great-grandfather Brahmaji running behind a woman. So of course, when you are running behind a woman and if somebody laughs at you, how angry person will become? So he became very angry and cursed them to be born as demons. So they were sons of Marichi, like Brahmanes, Munis, but they were cursed because of that, so laughing at senior person, laughing at their superior. So superior, you can't laugh at superiors, even though they may be doing sometimes bewildered, so we can't laugh. So we have to control. So if you laugh, this is what will happen. So by that curse, even if they may not explicitly curse by word, but they might see in the mind. So they, not happy with you. So therefore it can lead to all these consequences. So that is how, they were, cursed. So some of the Shastras actually say these 6 sons are the way cursed. So they represent Arisad Vargas. That is, we say, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Machara. 6. So that is what actually happened. Next, we said, they will be born as in the demonic family, as demons. And they must have a father. So obviously the best lineage is Hiranyakashipu's lineage. If someone wants to be born as a demon, so you have to take up some family lineage. The best one, most popular one is Hiranyakashipu. If you can come from Hiranyakashipu line, disciplining succession, okay, so you can say my family is also great even though appeared in demonic family. Now, Hiranyakashipu, so he had sons. One of them is, of course, Prahlad Maharaj that we know. And Prahlad Maharaj also had sons. Virochana. Then this Virochana also had many sons. One of them is Bali Maharaj. So for that Virochana, there were other sons also. The 6 that were cursed, Brahmanas were cursed, they were born as sons of this Virochana. So you can see, so this Hiranyakashipu is like a grandfather or a great-grandfather. Okay? If you go back, Bali Maharaj, then Virochana, then Prahlad Maharaj, then of course Hiranyakashipu. Correct? So broadly you can say great-grandsons or grand-grandsons. So what did they do? So actually, although they were born in this demonic family, but they started doing tapas. So usually, just like Hiranyakashipu, he did tapas to please whom? Brahmaji. Similarly, these also, did so much of austerity and tapas, but this was unknown to Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu infuriated. So he cursed them. You people will buy from the, die from the hand of your own father. But at that time, actually, Brahmaji did give them a blessing that they become deathless, because their desire was to become deathless. All the demons want to become deathless. Even this Hiranyakashipu also did so much of tapas to become deathless. Nothing should kill him. But Brahma didn't grant that. Brahma gave various other options. So Hiranyakashipu thought that with that he will be protected, but he was not protected. So Supreme Lord Narasimha has to appear to kill Hiranyakashipu. Anyway, so these grandsons also did this tapas without informing this great-grandfather. So therefore grandfather cursed them. So that was the problem. So they have worshipped Brahmaji without taking permission from Hiranyakashipu. So therefore he said, I have no affection to you people. Usually grandfather is very affectionate to grandsons. Even father may be very strict, mother may be very strict. But the grandfathers are very affectionate to their sons and granddaughters. So because in this case they didn't take his permission or told him and did tapas their own way, so therefore he says, I have no affection for you people. So then your father himself will kill you all. So what happened? In the next life, they took birth in the womb of Devaki, the 6 sons. So they are in a way becoming Krishna's brothers. So you all know. So the Devaki, so after marrying with Vasudeva, when they were going back to the Vasudeva kingdom, so Akashavani said, oh, 8th son of the Devaki will kill you, Kamsa. Kamsa now thought what to do. And that is a nice story everybody knows. But anyway, so Kamsa thought he can put them, captivate them, then wait for 8th son to die, then him appear or take birth, then he is going to kill. That's what happened. So Devaki gave birth to these, the first 6 sons. They were actually, these are the ones which are cursed by Hiranyakashipu. Okay, then of course, when the first child born, Kamsa took and killed. And who is this Kamsa? Their father, Kala Nemini. Kala Nemini actually took form of Kamsa. Kala Nemini was the demon earlier. So to make Hiranyakashipu's curse fulfilled, so that Kala Nemini became Kamsa, and Kamsa became cause of that killing all these 6 first sons of Devaki, first 6 sons of Devaki. You can see, so how this connection all builds up. So, so this is interesting. You can say Kamsa is the incarnation of Kala Nemini, who was related to Hiranyakashipu's lineage. So when we go deeper into all these, things that are happening, events that are happening, pastimes with Krishna or connected with Krishna or others, they all have, some reason why it is happening the way it is happening. I hope this is clear. So they were destined to die because they were cursed. So that is why this Kamsa and all this situation was created. Then of course, the next, the 7th one was Balaram, who was transferred from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. Then of course, then Balaram came. Of course, Durga Devi also appeared. Then 8th, according to the mind of Kamsa, Krishna is the 8th one. So you can see, so they are related. So then of course, there are a lot of stories about later Krishna was able to even bring back those 6 sons later on request from Devaki. So these are the one, as we said, in the form of that demonic form. So they represent Aristad Varga, that is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Mascharya. They were killed, but later they came as a purified brothers of Krishna. So that is about Marichi Muni. So you can see Marichi Muni's progeny is going. Some have become Devata, some become demon, he is growing and growing, even they come to Krishna's appearance also. So the next line is Dasyin Hanyat Swarad Vapuha. So here that Swarad, so in the full explanation, got Swarata Vapuha. Swarata is king, Vapuha, that is form. So Krishna also takes in the form of king. For what? King duty is to maintain law and order. The duty of government is to maintain law and order, that's all. Actually, make sure that people are following rules and regulation, that way there will be peace and prosperity, economic development, material development, good sense gratification. Even if you are drinking, they want to maintain law and order in Australia and everywhere. Correct? So if you just walk around at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock night time, you will see this police will stand with big one bus saying 0.05 I don't know what that 0.05 means, but anyway, I can see they write 0.05 that level you can drink. So they don't want to drink too much. You can take some little sip of water but that will not help. They can't catch you. But if you drink wine and alcohol, so they don't want you to drink, people drink more than that 0.05. Why? Because if they drink more than 0.05 and start driving the vehicle, then their mind is not fully in control. They are still in doing like this, and they can cause accident and problem. So they are saying, on the other hand, the people who are walking around beach and everywhere, you can walk peacefully. We make sure that the drunken people are still within that, in the sane mood, not insane. Yeah. So law and order. So the king maintain law and order. In this case, he says, Haniyat. Haniyat means kill. Kill whom? That is Dasyun. Dasyun are thieves and rags. So rags are the one who doesn't want to follow government rules. They want to oppose it. They want to drink more. They want to create trouble or fight with others. And of course steal if they may not be working honestly. So they steal. They do all kinds of problem. Night time, if they're not able to steal, sometimes they steal the petrol. How many of you have heard about this? If you park cars outside in Albert Park, most of them are parking their car outside their home only, and then they will come with one small instrument, open the hole that you use to fill the petrol. They can open and take away the petrol. So all these kinds of nonsense happening. If that is not successful, they will steal your car plate also, the number plate. That is also steal, because then they are angry. Your car is too difficult to open. Now what do? At least let me take away your number plate. They may not be able to do anything with it, but so they feel happy that we achieved something. Correct? Achieved something. Troubled somebody. So they feel happy, and then of course the owner of the car will have problem. First he has to report to police station. Police station has to give one letter saying that yes. And then you go to that Vic Roads, then get new one. And then that fellow will also ask money. So it will cost you another $400, $500. That's how they want to make trouble to you. So you have very special keys to your car, we can't open. On top of it, in front of your house, you put a camera observing who is doing it. So therefore they do. Sometimes these police people know who did also. And they won't help you as well. So this also happens. Police knows who all are the thieves who come around. Police people have knowledge. Correct? Police job is to know who are the thieves. They know. But they say they don't want to fight for small thing. Otherwise what happens? The Victorian jail will be filled with these people only. So they want to keep them, because there's no place. Correct? How many jails you can build? Not only build, if you put them in jail, you also have to take care of them. You have to feed them, you have to give them a place, you have to give them air conditioning room, and you have to give them access to internet also these days. Internet also, and also internet should be only browsable, no other devices. Usually laptop, when you buy standard computers, you'll come with the device to copy things. If you allow them to copy, what they do? They will communicate to other people and create more problem. Correct? So the thieves inside the jail are not simply sitting. They will order. Some of the people are running the government also. If you read newspaper, some of the people, so in the big jails like Tihar jail. Tihar jail is famous. From Tihar jail they are ruling, capital cities. So thieves are not any ordinary people. They are also very powerful people. Okay, they have so much of energy, and they are using Krishna's energy to control everybody else, even though they are inside. Okay, so these thieves have to be controlled, and Krishna appears as the king. And there are many times Krishna appeared as ideal king. And we talk about, for example, we want kingdom to be like a Rama Raja. That means the king should be like Lord Rama. Lord Rama doesn't have to come, but whoever is acting as a prime minister, whoever is acting as a king or a chief minister, they should be ideal like Lord Ramachandra. So that is why we call Rama Raja. So in Rama Raja at the time, of course, Lord Ramachandra made so that the kingdom, whatever he is ruling, he is actually peaceful and law and order is maintained. and if someone is a demon, of course, the duty is to kill those demons or people who are acting like demons. Okay? So they may not be coming from Hiranyakashipu family, but once you are in this material world, so people can acquire those qualities, demonic qualities. So kill them. And of course, Lord Rama has killed so many, Tataka, thousands of demons, 14,000 demons, and of course the biggest one at that time was Ravana. So those all have happened. Then not only as an ideal king, Lord Ramchandra, Lord also has incarnated as Prithu Maharaj. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam we hear a lot about Prithu Maharaj. And this Prithu Maharaj also has to, make sure that law and order is maintained not only in his planet, Earth planet, but also in other planets too. As you all know, when Prithu Maharaj wanted to perform this Aswamedha Yajna, 100 horse sacrifice, so this was not pleasing to Indra. Why? Because one who performed this so many horse sacrifice, so that person is qualified to become Indra. So Indra is always, see, if you are a very powerful position in this material world, the position is very dangerous. Any time the people will pull you down. If you become Prime Minister, it is very highly likely that you lose that position much faster than a servant in that government. If you are just working as a officer, government officer, you likely that you will work lifelong, until you retire at least. So you start, say you join in age 25, you can go on work up to 65 and so on. So nobody will remove you in general. But if you become Prime Minister, that position is very, very flickery, especially in Australia. Correct? In India you can do something, bribe or do something and somehow keep people supporting you, 51% vote. But whereas here, very difficult. So if sometimes they challenge, who will challenge? Like this finance minister. Finance minister they call here the treasurer. Generally treasurers are the generally one who challenge the current person. And this treasurer is actually appointed by whom? By that Prime Minister only. So in material world is like that only. Suppose you teach very nicely to your disciple, that is your student, and these students, some of them can have too much of ambition to take over the position of Guru. This not only happens in material world, but it also happens in spiritual community. Transcendental communities, there are various matas, institutions. There sometimes the shishyas, the disciples themselves want to take over the Guru. There are many examples without naming them, but there are those examples. So this is a dangerous place. So here, so coming to Prithu Maharaj was performing this Aswamedha Yajna, So now horses are there. So they sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, full-fledged, 100, 101. So at that time Indra thought, oh, this is going to be out of control. They are going to take away my position. So he wanted to steal that horse. So he stole some, but next to the last one to steal, you have to take disguise as something, not as Indra or some other person. So he came in the form of sannyasi. Nobody will doubt. Because sannyasi is going around, okay, no problem. Correct? So sannyasi, form of sannyasi and stole that horse. That time Prithu Maharaj became very angry. So he was, took his bow and arrow. Of course, say, Lord, in his form as Prithu Maharaj, if he take bow and arrow, if he releases that arrow, finish, the target will be, successful. At that time, Brahma intervened, Lord Vishnu intervened. So, they said, don't do. Let him, excuse this Indra. We can see. So therefore, Lord appears to, either control these thieves, wrecks within this universe, or other people, like even the Indra becoming demonic by, by assuming this form of sannyasi and stealing from the Agni. So these all are not acceptable. So that's what happens. Of course, Krishna also was a king. Dwarakadis we say, correct? So Dwarakadis. So that means the king of Dwaraka. So Krishna, of course, killed so many. You can read in, in Krishna book, and in the next soon we will have that, canto where you can see so many demons were killed by Krishna, starting with Putana. Correct? So this is well known to all our Hare Krishna kids, Krishna's activity. So next is that the third line, which is Kala Rupena Sarvesham. Kala Rupena Sarvesham Abhavaya. Kala, that is Kala Rupa in the form of time. Then Sarvesham, everything. Abhavaya, for the annihilation. So this Krishna appears in the form of time for what? For annihilation. The time is actually, powerful energy of Krishna. So this Krishna, of course, says, in Bhagavad Gita itself. So he says, Kalosmi Lokakasya Krita Prabhavado. So in chapter 11, he says, Aham Kalosmi, that is, I am time. So Krishna says, time I am. And what is this time? Time is the greatest destroyer of the world. See, something appears by effect of time, even our own life. So let's say as Pravijini, we appeared because Krishna is the seed-giving father, so we took form of a human form with time. So as time progresses from babyhood, we grow, adult, youthhood and adult, then of course produce some offspring, then dwindles, then finally death. Correct? So this energy of Krishna has effect on everything. If some demonic person is very powerful, Krishna doesn't have to do anything. The time will destroy him. He doesn't have to personally appear too. That's why Krishna says, Krishna, just by mere will of Krishna, he can do. That is, time is energy. Time is very powerful energy actually. So because of that only, we have go through and finally this, old age comes, disease comes, all of them will come. So time is a very big destroyer. Yeah. So this verse, why did Krishna says? As you know in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna took the universal form, Vishwarupa, after that Arjuna requested, Krishna, please come back to your original form. When this appears, he says, Krishna, please tell me, who are you? And what are your glories? So Krishna says, okay, let me tell you. The first one is the time. Time, I am the destroyer of all the worlds. He says, why is he saying that? He says that Krishna, by my time, I already killed all these army people. Bhima, Bhisma, Dronacharya, Karna, various Kauravas armies, and also many people in the Pandavas army also, they are already killed by my time. But you become Nimitta Matra. He says, Eva Nimitta Matram. You become an instrument and enjoy that glory. So this was, time is very powerful energy. So time is so strong that even you heard about this, the father of atom bombs? Atom bombs, no? For everything there is a father, there is a creator. So the leader of that atom bomb project in America, so was Julius Oppenheimer. So when they, atom bomb, after creating, where did they throw first? They are thrown on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. At that time, this Julius Robert Oppenheimer, he said, now I have become death, the destroyer of the world. So he was a student of Gita. He said, this atom bomb, the time, time I am, Krishna says. So because he was a student of Krishna, a student of Bhagavad Gita, so he uses Bhagavad Gita paraphrase. And this is become very famous also. So time, I am the destroyer of the world. Means it controls and creation, all those things. So that is about the time. Time is a Krishna's energy. With time, we can do so many things. So you can count, time can count. See, we say, what is your age? We say, what are we actually counting? We are counting the time. How many days, how many nights, how many years. And of course, time also controls the lifespan of everybody. Correct? We say, oh, this girl is, let's say, 8 years. And then how much lifespan? We also know. Maximum 100. 100 minus 8. Another 92 years life. Correct? So that is if you are lucky. So there is no guarantee that everybody will live 100 years. Very rarely, only few people, possibly who are living highly sattvic way, not encounter all the troublesome in the life, in the family. Correct? Sometimes a spouse can, very harsh on you. Our children can be very harsh on you. Or the workplace we are working, they can be harsh on you because that we have a stress. Because of stress, our lifespan will reduce. Correct? Whatever is 100, we reduce. In stress will cause a lot of problems, health problem also. Sometimes we may have, the ability to digest the food also reduced. We say actually the fire in the stomach is Krishna's energy. When we eat food, the fire should be able to digest. So if you have this trouble, then the digesting fire may be a little bit minimized. Because of that, we have all those health problems, digestion problem, then sugar not able to digest, that's called diabetes, all this kind of problem. Okay? So time is very powerful. So finally, the last one, Krishna says, Prataga Gunaha. So Prataga Guna, the last two words. Prataga means different, Guna means possessing qualities. So here Prabhupada translated that as all different qualities of material existence should be understood to be the quality of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means in this world, modes of material nature, all the material creation, they are actually Krishna's energy. Krishna's quality. So Krishna even says in Bhagavad Gita, the taste in the water, I am. Correct? If Krishna is not fully manifesting in the water is too salty, too bitter, correct? Otherwise it is a taste in water, correct? You can see Krishna that way. Experience Krishna. So through drinking water. And if it is very tasty, that means this water has blessed with special more vibhuti of Krishna. Some places, water is very sweet like coconut water. You don't have to buy coconut. You can drink the water like coconut water. So sweet, so nice, so healthy, so nourishing. But some other places you can't drink at all. It's so salty, so bitter, we can't drink at all. So those places people have to make a special effort to, get water from some far off well, or they have to buy this bottled water, Bisleri or something collected from some mountain. Right? So very expensive. Just a glass of water will cost you so much of money. Otherwise, water is coming in the tap. So very, very fortunate here in Radha Vallabha temple. You can just take water from any tap, drink. Very tasty. Correct? And of course, because we are drinking from Radha Vallabha's tap, so it is like a Gangajal. Tirtha. Tirtha. So the drinking water from home, water from some other tap or the tap in the temple, there is a difference. So that is, Krishna's energy. You can see, of course, so we all know about this creation, the material world. Krishna doesn't have to do this. Although this is Krishna's, he is the one responsible ultimately first to manifestation. But his forms will do that. So this chapter talks about how Krishna takes different forms. So we have Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu appears so many universes. And within universe, then so many living entities. Within living entities maintaining. So like that we have got Mahavishnu, that is then Garbhodaya Vishnu, then Kshirodaya Vishnu. They are maintaining us. Then of course, then coming inside, we have earth, we have water, we have air, we have sky, we have fire. What all are these? In the beginning there was nothing. But now we have got all of those. They all are material representation of Krishna. We call elements. So therefore you can say, so all that is there, all the qualities, all the things that in the world, in the material is also Krishna's. And of course Krishna says, Aham sarvasya Prabhu, mata suram pravartate. Both spiritual world and the material world are appearing from Krishna. So therefore they are actually Krishna's, but inferior energy. Correct? So therefore, as living entities, we should take shelter of the superior energy. That is spiritual energy. So if you take spiritual energy, you become wise. In the Krishna says, those who are manmana madbhatta, those who are always thinking about me and worshipping me and then serving me. So such people are very wise. So he gives the knowledge and they become very happy, the peaceful persons. So they recognize, essentially recognizing Krishna. Otherwise, understanding Krishna is very difficult. If you try to do a lot of research yourself, then become some kind of yogi, start speculating too much, reading so much of Veda and creating confusion. So it's very difficult to understand Krishna. So those who are devoted to Krishna, accept Krishna is the source of all energies. So if you accept it, then you follow his instruction, then they can easily overcome this Maya Shakti. Otherwise, Maya is very difficult to overcome. That's why the last one, this Gunaha, Pratag Gunaha is very difficult to overcome. But Krishna, if you accept the others, Krishna's energy, and accept Krishna as the Supreme Person of Godhead and his forms, and everything is all the forms that are appearing. So primarily to maintain this universe. This chapter name is System of Universal Management. Which universe? This material universe management. So he comes in the form of sage, in the form of king, so in the form of time. He has come to manage this universal world. If you accept that, then you'll be happy. Okay, with that let me stop here. So thank you, Hare Krishna. Alright, so thank you. Any question? Otherwise, please fast half day. Or if you can't fast, don't worry. You can go up. There will always be something available in Ekadashi Prasada. Okay? No problem. The key thing is chanting. If you don't have energy, have Prasada and chant. If you have energy, no need to have chant, then you will get afternoon Mahaprasada. Hare Krishna. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki. Srila Prabhupada ki.